Today you are going to learn how to integrate Warden into a Rails API only application in order to authenticate requests. And so what's RAC? What's Warden? Warden is a general RAC authentication framework. So that means you can use it to authenticate you can either use it in any RAC based application. So that's either Rails or Sinatra or any other framework that you can think of and it's Rack based. So let's begin. I do have a simple and empty Rails API only application, and it has nothing general. It's just a new app that I generated for the purpose of this tutorial. So let's begin. To begin with, we are going to add Warden into a gem file. So gem Warden. Next step, bundle. Okay, so that's okay. The next step is to configure rack, and as you all know, rack is a middleware. So to do that, we have to configure it in a special way. config.middleware.use warden manager do manager, and then inside this when configuring this Warden middleware, you have to specify two very important things. That's the failure application. So in case authentication fails, you must define an app a rack app that will be called in order to return either a message to the user or perform a certain operation. So that's it. And the second one is the default strategies. So these are the strategies that you want to use, either API token, either password, but we'll learn more into it as we move forward. So manager.default strategies. In our case, we're just going to define, I'm just going to call it API, just say API token, and then manager dot no, you're not going to use API token. This will require more complex and it will take a lot of time, so we're just going to go with a simple way. Just going to call it secret, and then manager.failure app. So this should be rack compliant, so that means it should take in the environment, and then return the status. So if you know how the rack interface works, this is how it should respond to a call method. So ideally any rack should be should just say app.call. It should respond to call, it should take in the environment and return something. Return either status code, headers, and then body. Cool. So let's implement it. So for one, our header should be content type, and this should be application JSON. Then the body should also be an array, then the JSON. So we need to configure it to JSON. So body will just be message, just authentication failure. Cool. Now we have our failure application defined. Now, let's move forward. Moving forward, we also have to define this strategy now. So just going to say Warden strategies dot add secret do. Now, when defining strategies, you must define one required method, and that is authenticate. So this is where the magic happens. Authentication logic happens. So authenticate. Now, so let's now define our authentication logic. So you're going to assume that the user will submit a JSON data which will look like this: secret, and then very secret. So let's assume the user will submit this kind of data. So it will be in the request body, and this is the value that you want to. You're going to take this value and compare it with our application value, so that if they both match, then we'll take it that the request is valid and the user can proceed. The request can proceed. So let's move forward. So let's get rid of this. Yeah. So just going to say request body equals to request dot body dot read. Yes. So okay. I'm sure you must be wondering where I'm getting this request. Let me just take you to the wiki page. This is on the documentation. Let's go to strategies. Now, when you're on strategies, we have this part here, authenticate. This is where the work actually authenticating the request steps in, and you have a number of request related methods available. So you have request, session, so you can either use request inside authenticate, session inside params, and env. So right now we are just working with request. The value that will be returned here will be JSON. So we need to transform it into hash so that we can make use of it. So dot pass this. So this should now return a valid hash instead of a passed hash. And then let's extract now our secret value, or our password for this gets it quotes. So let's check if request body. So let's just say password is equals to very secret. What about that? Then if request body and then secret is equals to password, then if you go back to the strategies inside of authenticate, we have a number of actions that you can use in our strategy. So you have success. This one we've checked that whatever the users applied is matches whatever we have in our system. The passwords do match, then we want to allow the user to proceed. Otherwise, we'll call fail and the request will be cancelled. So if request body equals to secret equals to password, then you're just going to call success, and then else fail. I have called success with a bound. Okay, so That's it for configuration. In the configuration part, so we've defined our default strategies. So with these default strategies, you can have as many as possible strategies, API token, depending on your need, as long as you make sure you define these strategies in this manner. So you can either use this manner, Warden strategies add, then secret, or you can have your own class. You can define it in another file and then just require it in this application.rb and call add and pass in your strategy over here. So that's it. So that's it for the configuration part. Let me just undo this. Now let's move to the controller now. How can we use it?